This video summary is brought to you by 2000books.com, where we're building the world's largest free repository of book summaries for entrepreneurs. Also, check out our channel on YouTube, 2000 Books. So here we go. Getting Things Done by David Allen. The art of stress-free productivity. In this world, we're all running ragged sometimes because we got so many things going on. There's so many different things that we need to give our attention to: our health, our fitness, our relationships, our bank balance, our finances, our business, and so many other errands that we got to run, and birthday celebrations and library books and all this stuff. So many different things that we feel like we're getting pulled in all these different directions, and we're stressed out. We're constantly stressed out, and we feel like we're not able to be productive. So what's the solution? Well, let's talk about the three most important ideas in getting things done. The first is that the mind is not made for storage. Somehow we have this notion that we can put all the things in our mind and keep on accumulating data in our mind and then recollect it and then try to recollect it when we need it. But that's not how it works. The mind is not designed for storage. It's not designed to keep a lot of information in there. It's good for creating ideas, not for storing them. It's great for having ideas, not for storing them. And the story of Einstein: one time one of his colleagues asked Einstein for his phone number, and Einstein did not even remember his own number. So the colleague made fun of Einstein and said, "Hey, how come you don't even remember your own number? You are Albert Einstein, the great physicist." And Einstein said, "Well, why should I remember my number when I can just look it up in a phone book?" And then he just proceeded to look up his phone number in the phone book and tell it to his friend. So a very important lesson, because Einstein was really using his mind for creating great things, for having these great ideas. And that's what we need to sometimes do. We need to stop stop pouring in all this information into our heads and start figuring out ways to, or create systems where we can just store the ideas that we don't need. And the way I like to do it is I just use my Evernote on my phone, and that's where I just save all my information. Anytime I am reminded of something, let's say a library book needs to be returned, just put it in my Evernote. Or let's say I need to pay a certain bill, I'll just put a reminder in my Evernote. Or I come across a new mail that's in my inbox and I have to reply to it, and there are some other actions to be taken. Again, I'll put an Evernote reminder. I need to take care of some real estate issues. Again, a reminder in Evernote. So really understanding that mind is not for storage of ideas. It is for creating ideas. It is for having ideas. The next big idea is to have mind like water. What that means is when you throw a pebble into a lake, what does it do? It just takes the water assumes the shape of the pebble, and then it just is calm again. When you throw a big boulder into a lake, again, the boulder sinks into the lake. There's a big splash, but then again, the water is calm again. And that's how we need to be. We need to be appropriately engaged with what is in front of us right now. So the higher the importance of the task at hand, the more engaged we need to be, the more involved we need to be. And so while I'm creating this video right now, I am completely in the moment, giving my 100% to this. I'm not thinking about anything else. I have nowhere else to be rather than right here, right now, fully engaged. While if I was doing the dishes or doing laundry at home, I wouldn't be as engaged. I would probably be thinking about other things, and my mind would be wandering. So really important idea, mind like water. We need to be appropriately engaged in order to be stress-free, in order to be highly productive. When we can appropriately engage ourselves in the most important task, we can be extremely productive. The third big idea is to carve out mental space. Now what that means is a lot of the times we are living our lives in gray zone. We have so many different things going on at the same time. So let's say you're working on a really important project, but an email pops up, and you open the email and suddenly you click on the link and there you go, and you're doing something completely different instead of focusing on the project that you were supposed to do. And that's not how we can do great things. That's not how we can be productive, because that causes a mishmash. You lose clarity, you lose focus, and there's very little control that you feel in your day-to-day life. So while I'm doing this recording, I have turned off all my wireless connections. I'm completely disconnected. For the 30 minutes, I've carved out this mental space for myself. I'm not thinking about anything else. There are so many other things that I could be paying my attention to. I could be thinking about my health, about my fitness, about my relationships, about my mom's upcoming birthday, or about this this cultural event that I need to go to tomorrow, and all the other things that are going on that could be going on. But I said, no, right now I'm going to use my mental space. I'm going to carve out this mental space to do what is most important, which is this recording. And that is how we need to do or operate in our lives, to create the mental space for ourselves in order to be able to produce at the highest level. Now, having talked about the 3 great ideas from the book, let's talk about the system, the GTD system itself. How does that work? Well, the GTD system is comprised of 5 basic steps. And the first fundamental step is to collect. What that means is anytime there's new information coming.
If you want to watch the complete summary, head on over to our YouTube channel, 2000 Books.
It's video book review time again, and this time we're looking at Getting Things Done by David Allen. I read the book about a year or so ago, but I've been talking recently on my blog about productivity and specifically how I use Todoist with the GTD method. So I thought I'd share my review of the book here. I've read a lot of productivity books. I am kind of a geek that way, but this one absolutely changed my life. It changed how I do things, and it has been amazing. So David Allen teaches that you must capture, clarify, and organize absolutely everything, even if it's seemingly insignificant, like I need to change the light bulb in the entryway. All of those things that are rolling around in our minds are taking up space, and when we can clear that space, it gives us more freedom to relax. We have all of those things out of our minds. We can relax knowing that those things will get done in the right time. So from this book, I learned how to properly capture all of my to-dos. As I mentioned, I use Todoist now. Before reading this book, I was guilty of, I had Post-it notes on my desk. Sometimes I'd stick them on my computer. I had a notebook I carried around with me to capture things that needed to get done. I had, just the things rolling around in my mind that I'll remember that later. I had requests that people would send me via text or Slack messages. I had emails that would start stacking up. They needed follow-up, and they would just kind of be sitting in my inbox. And I learned how to properly capture all of those things in one place and categorize those tasks so that my mind can be clear and I can be productive without being overwhelmed by all of those things. Learning how to do that is work, and creating a system and learning how to properly capture and clarify and organize all of those things. It took me some time. It took me weeks, maybe even months of using the system, revising the system, and being able to trust that it was working. But that's the key. So once you have really invested that time and you can trust that system, that, then you have that peace of mind and you can sleep better. Sometimes I still, I'm going to bed at night, or I'll wake up in the night, whatever, and something will be on my mind. And, oh, shoot, I forgot to do that thing, right? And so I'll just quick type it into my Todoist app, and then I know the next day that I will take care of it, and I can go right back to sleep because I know that it will, that I can trust that system. So for me, like I mentioned, this book has been just life-changing. If you're interested in learning how to better organize your workload, become more productive, clear your mind, and be able to relax, I definitely recommend this book for you. It's a must read.